everybody, Travis Tooke here, and I'm here with one of my best friends and fellow Brazilian Jiu-jitsu black belt, Miguel Castro. Miguel, how are you doing today?
Doing good, good.
I appreciate you being here. We have a great video for you today. Today's topic, we're going to talk about the benefits of competing in Brazilian Jiu-jitsu for the purpose of self-defense. Now, a lot of times we separate the two. We think competition is sport, self-defense is, real life, that worst case scenario if you were to get attacked, and hopefully that never happens. But there's a split between the two ideas, and we really want to talk about why competing in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is actually one of the best ways to prepare for a real-life altercation. So, Miguel, I know we've talked about this a lot, and just expand a little bit. What are some of your thoughts on this topic?
Yeah, I mean, realistically, when you're competing or in a self-defense situation, you're going to have immense amount of adrenaline dump. Someone's going to be grabbing you. You're going to be experiencing maybe getting hit, thrown down, and most people, they're just surprised. You hear people say, "Oh, it was just so surreal. I didn't realize what was going on. I couldn't even make a move." And when you're competing, it's pretty much the closest you can get to feeling that stimuli without going and actually going to the street and picking a fight or getting into an altercation, which is illegal, right? But you're going to have someone who's trying to grab you and control you and throw you down, and you're going to feel that adrenaline dump, and then knowing how to deal with that and adjust with it. So would you want to be in the street? I train moves, but I've never felt that. Or okay, I get attacked. At least I know that if I get pushed down, all right, I'm not going to break.
Yeah.
I feel this adrenaline. Okay, I know I'm not going to die and have a heart attack. I know that I can go into action and protect myself.
Well, and there's something very different about coming to class and training with the same people every day, where although a lot of people train very intense and we're trying to submit each other and trying to win, there's a comfort level there. When you go to a competition, you go with someone you've never gone with before. You have no idea what they're bringing to the match, and so there's, right from the get-go, even days before, there's a build-up, there's an anticipation, there's an excitement, there's an anxiety, there is a fear. And if it's your very first competition or your first couple of competitions, that is going to be where those feelings are at their peak. And I think this is the reason many people just avoid it altogether, because they don't want to go through that. However, in a self-defense situation, somebody wants to attack you. Women have to be concerned with assault and rape, things that are very hopefully never happen to anyone, but they do happen to someone on a daily basis. That's not something we can just say, well, it will never happen to me, because it could happen. And the mindset of reacting to that is something that you have to prepare for as legitimately as possible. So I remember the first few competitions that I did is just kind of very nervous, and it's either, I think a lot of people, they either freeze up or they just go like balls to the wall crazy, trying to fight. And either way, you're once the experience is through and you live, you're like, oh, that didn't kill me, that didn't even hurt me, I think I can do that again. And each time you do it, the anxiety goes down, the nervous energy goes down. You still feel it, but it's replaced with a prepared mindset, the ability to think and cope with those feelings.
And competition may not be for everybody, and we understand that, right? And sometimes you got to come in with, I don't want to compete at all, and build up to that. But the point that we're trying to emphasize is make sure you keep your sense of reality. Don't come in and say, I want to prepare for self-defense, but I don't want to put myself in a situation that's going to mimic self-defense, right? That's where, because to truly feel that, it's going to, the closest thing you're going to is to compete. I mean, yes, your awareness will raise more with your training partners, but there is a comfort level there. You're not dealing with a stranger that you don't know what their intentions are.
No.
Right? So, and there are confines within competition to keep you safe, but don't think you're going to have self-defense and be able to defend yourself without knowing how to react to the intangibles. Adrenaline dump.
Yeah.
Racing heart.
Physical response.
Exactly. Nervousness, shakes.
Well, you have a lot of experience too. I know we've traveled a lot together, and I remember watching you compete from white belt level, where you've had some really tough matches. You've also won a gold medal as a brown belt at the World Championships in the no-gi. So that's sort of proof that you can, you do improve as you go. I mean, that goes with any skill. The more you experience it, the better. And again, I think most people, if they gave competition a shot, would actually end up enjoying it if they did at least enough competitions to kind of get past that initial anxiety. Because then what comes with it? You have your friends around.
Exactly.
You get to test yourself. And even if you have a bad run where you lose a few matches, ultimately the odds start to shift in your favor. So there are plenty of enjoyable benefits to competition. But even if it's just you absolutely do not want to do it, I believe, like we were talking about it, the ability to replicate that reaction, that feeling that would happen if you were, God forbid, if you were attacked. I mean, that's a priceless experience.
Exactly. And people ask, how would you react if I did this? How would you react? If you never put yourself in that situation, how are you going to react? So
I kind of think of it as like, you ever had a dream where you're in a fight and you can't punch?
Exactly.
And you just like, you're super weak. Like you want to do what you're supposed to do, but you have no physical control.
Oh, exactly.
And that happens, that kind of fight or flight response. And if you're not trained, then you literally, you'll do the other one. You'll freeze.
Exactly.
And this is not a guesswork. This is science. I mean, they say people that are in life-threatening situations, it becomes a false reality.
Yes.
Where they don't panic or react. They just sit there.
Exactly.
They don't move. That's what they say when if it's like a
paralyzed
train
by
accident.
fear.
Yeah. So the only thing that overcomes that is training and mimicking the situation.
Exactly.
So
exactly. It doesn't make it all go away, but it helps you better deal with it, better prepared to deal with, God forbid, that situation if it ever was, right? And it also gives you a sense of reality of like, oh, this is what this feels like. I don't like this. Well, what do you think the awareness is of that individual? It's going to be a lot higher because I don't want to get in a situation like this.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be more proactive as far as, who's coming, who's getting close to me, watching my surroundings, doing the preventive steps to do it, because you realize I don't like that and I don't want to be around that. So I'm going to stay and make sure I don't put myself in a predicament that could cause me to feel this way or be attacked. So overall, it helps in both sense.
Yeah. I think the benefits far outweigh the temporary discomfort that comes with it. There's few people that I've met that didn't have a positive experience from competition. That if they had a bad competition where maybe they lost, they may not have felt so great for a few hours after it, but no one would ever trade the experience. I mean, this is something that few people get to do, and if you have the opportunity to compete, even if deep down it's not going to be your thing, you owe it to yourself as a martial artist to experience that and go through with it. That way, at the very least, you're more prepared for a self-defense situation, and you can share that experience with other people. So that's just about wraps it up. Thank you guys again for watching. If you like this, share with somebody. Hopefully it inspired one or two of you to maybe pull the trigger and go do a competition. And be sure to like this video and leave a comment. Maybe share a story of your own. See you next time.
Take care, guys.